If you want to know a movie that symbolizes the saying "in the wrong place at the wrong time," Mystery Men hits the bullseye from a mile away. It's so rare that I ever hear anyone bring up this film. Let's go back to 1999, before the X-Men movie, long before the Iron Man movie. Comic book fans were subjected recently by several bad films, notably the weak Batman Forever, the horrible Batman and Robin, the confusing Spawn, and that Nick Fury TV movie with David Hasselhoff. I need to review that still. A string of garbage films. Lots of fans were upset with how bad comics got. It always seemed to devolve into jokes, stupid nonsense, and the one-liners. We would get something good, Superman 1 and 2, Batman 89, and Returns, but then here comes Superman 3. So when Mystery Men popped up, a parody movie about superheroes, if this had come out any time after X-Men, it might have had a chance to be looked at differently. When I look at it today, it's just like Spaceballs, a goofy movie that poked fun at Star Wars, Star Trek, Transformers, and many other sci-fi cliches. Mystery Men just stepped into a minefield. Every big name comic, trope, or superhero you could think of was poked fun at, right down to how stupid glasses work as a disguise. But because lots of people were so disappointed with comic movies, anyone could easily take this as an insult to the stuff they liked. What was Mystery Men about? The movie features a totally dysfunctional team of heroes that live in Champion City. We follow their journey going from complete idiots trying to form a team, figuring out how to work together, whether or not they can believe in each other. Every aspect of a comic book is in here, from style. Champion City is a blend of Gotham City and Watchmen's New York, that corrupted, infested world. The mixtures of different nationalities make you think Blade Runner. The locations and the way things are shot feel very much like Tim Burton's Batman films. However, it's not all good. The movie is obsessed with dark. So much, it's like that horribly lit episode in Game of Thrones. You can't see crap half the time. It's a serious problem. It does have some originality. The movie likes doing POV shots where characters are talking and touching the camera. We go into their shoes, basically. The director loves to put the camera right up to villain faces. It's his version of a Dutch angle, I guess. At first glances, the movie tricks you into expecting something serious, but then goes off the rails, introducing us to the first three leads, the Blue Raja, Shoveler, and Mr. Furious. Not the greatest of heroes out there. Hell, their teamwork is so bad they hurt each other with their own weapons. But this is where I think the movie got into trouble. I remember the tons of commercials for Mystery Men. It looked stupid, but I still wanted to see it. I knew the movie bombed in theaters, but that made me really curious at what happened. Then these guys show up, and I went, oh, this could be the big reason. You could easily take these characters as insults, even though they're really not different to, say, the Kick-Ass films. The Blue Raja is a mixture of Gambit and Wolverine. He throws forks as weapons. The Shoveler, you can see him as the joke on Thor. He uses a shovel as his main weapon. And Mr. Furious easily is a joke on Hulk. None of them are effective. Furious can't even beat anyone up. Raja misses most of his shots, and Shoveler doesn't even know how to fight without his shovel. So they have to get saved by the real superhero Captain Amazing. He's basically Superman mixed in with Booster Gold, right down to brand endorsements. So basically, Amazing stops the bad guys, gets praise from the news, our heroes look like idiots, the usual stuff. The biggest hurdle the movie had was getting past the parody aspect. I'm going to admit, I was pissed off at some of this too. It was only 2 years since Batman and Robin, and I'm going, what the hell is this movie doing? You're not helping in getting comic books back some respect. It was hard to watch it at first. Raja was a generic stereotype. He lived with his mother. The main characters are pretty much assholes. But I started to get what they were going for. We're trying to see how this really stupid / average people become real heroes. In Shoveler's case, he's the most average dude. Has a family to support. He's doing these crazy things, risking his life, not being there all the time. The movie is filled with realism. The world tries to emphasize these guys are not perfect. They're not billionaires. They want to help people, but have no real direction in actually doing this stuff. They even did some things that most comics don't usually cover. What does a hero do when there's no more villains? In this case, the greatest hero Champion City has ever had used his position and his secret identity to make one of his greatest villains escape by manipulating his parole hearing. Captain Amazing wasn't so amazing after all. It's an interesting twist. I genuinely enjoy the film, but I'm not a simp. There are issues the movie has. What it did good was really set up all 6 main heroes. We understood where they came from, why they want to be heroes, how does it affect family and friends. Each character gets a journey. Some are more weirder than others. Take Invisible Boy, his whole thing is about him being able to turn invisible, but for him to do that, no one can be looking at him, including himself. That's how far this movie goes. If you love fart jokes, you'll love the spleen. He's basically Wario. I've always hated fart jokes. I never find them funny, but Paul Rubin, his comedic timing and the writing, they made it work okay. His superpowers are able to make people pass out from farting. It's basically a curse. So not every superpower out there is a positive. Take the Thing from Fantastic Four. I think he's cool, fun, and heroic, but from his position, it's hell. You're some big rock guy. Something simple as going to the toilet is an ordeal. They cover everything. Spleen is over the top, but wasn't gratuitous, so I didn't really hate him. Then we have the bowler. She wields this magic bowling ball with the skull of her late father inside it that has the ability to control itself. Hit people, flying in the air, he talks to her somehow. Technically, her dad isn't really dead, and her motivation is getting payback from the bad guys killing him. Lastly comes Sphinx, the mentor role, quite literally because he's just a walking Yoda joke. I guess I would have to put him as the weakest character. We don't get much past the whole Yoda stuff. He's the mysterious one who protects lives in the shadows. If they had gotten a second movie, they could have expanded on him a lot more. Doing 7 superheroes is going to be difficult to balance. That's why the movie is 2 hours long. It still didn't help though. As for the main villain, we have Casanova Frankenstein, a bit of Lex Luthor, a bit of Dr. No, and was influenced by Austin Powers. He's not Dr. Evil, but his whole organization is all 70s theme. He's okay. Casanova is intelligent, he fools and catches heroes. He is very dangerous, has lots of henchmen and organizations around the world. They're loosely joking on the Legion of Doom. I'll give him some extra points. He'll do his own dirty work. Casanova mainly suffers from the lack of time to give him, which is the actual problem the movie has. The movie goes up and down in its pace. It does a good job at giving the main team time to develop, but it really focuses more on the jokes than the action. Haha, this is the type of people you'd get while trying to find heroes, and they kind of overdo the whole they suck at their job. That happened because the team was set up into 2 sections. We saw Furious, Shoveler, and Raja being stupid, so they had to do a stupid scene for Spleen, Invisible Boy, and Bowler. The strength of the movie is the funny, but I think they relied on it too much. Maybe that was because of the limited budget. The movie had a lot of special effects, especially towards the end, so they focused on the mundane rather than the heroes. I think the combination of the slower expected pace, past comic movies not doing good, and it looking pretty corny, doomed the film. It needed more work. But it's not junk. I wish it did get a second movie. It needed a second go to find its legs. And also, Mystery Men pulled the whole let's not name the team to the last second better than that crap Fantastic Four movie tried. Give it a shot, but I expect most people won't really like it.